Not every Mouseketeer retained their cherubic image after leaving the Mickey Mouse Club. Here are tragic details about the original Mickey Mouse Club cast. One would think that the sons of famed actor Mickey Rooney would be a huge pull for the fledgling Mickey Mouse Club. In fact, Rooney himself once claimed that Mickey Mouse was even named for him after he met Walt Disney as a kid. There is no documentation to back up Rooney's unlikely claim, but it is a fact that Rooney's sons, Mickey Jr. and Tim, were hired to appear on the Mickey Mouse Club based on their talents. The twosome were quite good at acting, dancing, and singing, but neither of them survived on the Mickey Mouse Club for very long. So, why did they end up leaving? According to several reports, the young brothers were fired after getting into trouble on the Disney lot. More specifically, the boys were apparently fooling around in the ink and paint department, the very room where mostly women artists supplied magnificent colors to Disney's cartoons and movies. Nobody was around when Mickey Jr. and Tim snuck in and began switching the paint around by pouring it into the wrong colored cans. They were immediately fired.
Oh yeah, that was at the reunion.
The reunion?
There's Mickey and there's me.
Although each pursued other careers, their father became estranged from them. Claiming elder abuse by his family, Rooney Sr. left nothing to any of his 8 children when he died in 2014. 9-year-old Paul Petersen was a Mouseketeer who was fired after just 3 weeks with the Mickey Mouse Club show. In 2017, Petersen told the Courier and Press that one day casting crew member Lee Travers teased the boy relentlessly, calling him Mouse, a nickname he knew Petersen hated. Petersen finally retaliated. "I said, 'Don't call me that, fatso,' and punched him in the stomach." At that moment, most unfortunately, Walt Disney himself was standing in the room and witnessed the whole thing. According to Petersen, Disney called him into his office that same day and fired him on the spot, though he later noted he's able to laugh about the incident now. Luckily for Petersen, he went on to become a teen idol. His biggest role was as Jeff on The Donna Reed Show from 1958 to 1966, but when the show ended, the young actor was at a loss as Hollywood turned its back on him. Thankfully, Petersen had a deep love of music and the talent to back it up, to fall back on. His debut album, Lollipops and Roses, arrived in 1962. Most importantly, Paul Petersen founded A Minor Consideration, a support group that helps young actors establish boundaries in the workplace and gives them guidance for what happens after the footlights fade. He still works to advocate for the rights and safety of child actors to this day. Johnny Crawford, son of renowned television editor Robert Crawford, became a Mouseketeer at age 9.
Well, Jimmy, I thought the Mouseketeers would like to meet my brother, Bobby, who's the second best fencer in the world.
Within a year, however, the talented actor had moved on and appeared in shows like Crossroads, The Lone Ranger, The Loretta Young Show, Sheriff of Cochise, and Whirlybirds. Today, though, Johnny Crawford is best remembered as Mark, the son of rancher Lucas McCain in The Rifleman. The show was a hit and the two stars had chemistry, but Mark McCain's innocence came a bit undone when Crawford appeared nude in the 1973 movie The Naked Ape. Produced by Hugh Hefner and co-starring Victoria Principal, the film starred Crawford as the ape who appears on a road trip being taken by some insecure teens to meet a couple of girls on the way. After the film's premiere, Crawford also made news as the first man to appear completely nude in Playboy magazine, and then went on to found the Johnny Crawford Orchestra and other projects. As of 2020, John was unfortunately suffering from Alzheimer's disease and having trouble meeting his medical bills. Thankfully, his friend and fellow former Mouseketeer Paul Petersen set up a GoFundMe campaign to help cover his expenses. London-born Doreen Tracey was among the original Mouseketeers and was so good she appeared in the Walt Disney film Westward Ho! The Wagons in 1956.
Doreen?
I think it's called a weather house.
She also appeared on The Donna Reed Show before embarking on a tour of performances for the military during the Vietnam War. Fellow Mouseketeer Tommy Cole later told The Sun that Doreen was affectionately nicknamed, quote, our Dodo by the Mickey Mouse Club cast, and was famous for always having a smile for everyone. Unfortunately, the self-proclaimed, quote, black sheep of Disney was still on company time when she posed nude in 1976. The nude photos of Tracey appeared in the December issue of Gallery magazine, in which the actress wore nothing but her mouse ears from the Mickey Mouse Club. After the magazine came out, Disney naturally took umbrage and fired Tracey over the photos. Years later, in her 2001 autobiography, Confessions of a Mouseketeer, Tracey openly expressed her regret at posing for the photos. You get caught up in your own ego, not paying attention. not seeing the full repercussions. That was enough for Disney, which welcomed the performer back with open arms and even invited her to appear in a Mouseketeer reunion in 2015. The reunion was Doreen's last public appearance on television. She died in 2018 after a battle with cancer. Little Karen Pendleton was just 9 years old when she got the job as Mouseketeer on the Mickey Mouse Club. Although her father was a movie set designer, Pendleton herself had no experience in acting when she landed the gig. She did, however, know how to tap dance, and that was enough to make her a hit on the show, often introducing cartoons for viewers to watch. And her talents were genuine, leading to roles in Disney's Westward Ho! The Wagons and The Magical World of Disney in 1956. When Karen's contract expired in 1959, Disney tried to keep her on, but her father decided it was best to decline the offer. Back in the real world, the girl was teased by her classmates for her time on the show. Pendleton ultimately married and began a family, giving birth to a daughter in 1973. A decade later, tragedy struck as Pendleton was in a car accident that left her paralyzed from the waist down. Still, Pendleton overcame the hardships, went on to earn a master's degree, and became an advocate for the disabled community. She appeared at several Mouseketeer reunions before she passed away in 2019. The Canadian-born Darlene Gillespie appeared on the Mickey Mouse Club for 3 seasons and developed a rivalry with fellow Mouseketeer Annette Funicello over who could be the show's top female star.
Hi there. I'm back.
Although Funicello won out with her own illustrious career, Gillespie did go on to appear in several television shows, notably National Velvet and Dr. Kildare in 1962. She also released some albums for Disney, as well as her own country music record under the name of Darlene Valentine. But Gillespie's personal life also became fraught with complications, beginning with 2 divorces in 1968 and 1983. Then, in 1998, Gillespie was convicted on a dozen counts for various crimes, including securities fraud, mail fraud, and perjury. She was sentenced the following year to 2 years in prison, but maintained her innocence throughout the ordeal. By 2011, after various other legal issues, she was a retired nurse living quietly in California. Dennis Day appeared on the Mickey Mouse Club show for 2 years before dropping into obscurity. After pairing up with his partner, Ernest Caswell, in the mid-1970s and appearing as a guest on a 1980 Mouseketeer reunion show, Day relocated to Oregon. There he did small acting jobs at living history performances and developed a successful line of jams and jellies with his partner. Then, in 2018, Day was reported missing by his partner. After 9 months of investigation, his former live-in handyman was arrested, along with 2 other women, in connection with Day's murder. Although the surviving performers have continued to appear in public, there have only been 2 official reunions for Disney's original Mouseketeers. The first one, in 1980, featured 31 of the original 39 Mouseketeers in a television special. Singer Paul Williams hosted the show, which included song and dance numbers by noted Mouseketeer Annette Funicello and the others. A special series of film montages also portrayed Mouseketeers Bobby Burgess, Darlene Gillespie, Cubby O'Brien, and Sharon Baird performing alongside footage of their younger selves. In 2015, a second reunion was held during Disney's D23 Expo, hosted by Lorraine Santoli, author of the official Mickey Mouse Club book. 7 remaining Mouseketeers, including Sherry Alberoni, Sharon Baird, Bobby Burgess, Tommy Cole, Darlene Gillespie, Cubby O'Brien, and Doreen Tracey were in attendance. As of today, 8 of the original Mouseketeers are still with us, which means another reunion could be on the horizon. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about Disney history are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.